Hello, and welcome back to Detective Grimoire. We are chugging along through here. It's been a while since I've played. Headphones strongly recommended. I haven't figured out why yet, though. But we've already looked around this stuff. We just haven't been through this door yet.
Even though I have the key, this might not be as simple as I'd hoped.
Oh, no.
This door has 2 keyholes. So, which key should I use in each one?
Well, how the hell are we supposed to know this? Alright, so I guess that was it. Alright, let's look around here.
Remington's desk is covered in drawings and maps and notes.
What's this?
It's all about Boggy. He was obsessed. An ink bottle spilled into his work. I'm sure he didn't do that on purpose.
I'm sure he did.
Yeesh, it's a bit of a mess. Perhaps there's something underneath those drawings. It's a note addressed to Richard Remington.
Richard.
The handwriting is immaculate. Richard, our man of the world. A little help is in order.
What does that mean?
We're worried that the efforts regarding our elusive little friend might be in vain. Send word when you can. The letter is signed FF. And attached is a blurry little picture. It's some kind of metallic insect. The whole thing is a mystery. I have no idea. It's the whole thing. It's a letter Remington was writing before something caused him to spill his ink bottle.
What?
My dear fellow, I received your note 2 weeks ago, but have only recently found the time to do the appropriate research on the matter. I feel like my time in this awful swamp might finally come to a close. All due to the simple realization, the rest is obscured. What a tease. Vincent Vanderpeer's business card. There's a couple of numbers scribbled on the back. There's a...
What are the numbers? Is there something underneath there? Okay, what's this guy?
Photos and paintings line the wall above the fireplace. But one of the frames is empty.
Oh, a picture's missing.
Wait a second. What are these pieces on the floor underneath it? This photo is ripped, but it looks important. If I can piece it together again, maybe it'll reveal a secret.
A secret. Alright, this shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it's gonna be up here. Okay, so it's only 2 on that. Too high. That goes there. Who's that crazy guy? There we go. Come together. Oh yeah, that's
This photograph, it's a young Remington. And some other men I don't know. They're all holding rifles. Maybe I can ask Harper about it.
Harper. I don't know who the fuck Harper is. I guess that's the young Remington right there.
An old hunting rifle, discarded carelessly near the window. This isn't the kind of thing I can ignore.
Okay.
Hunting memorabilia. Claws, teeth. It would be an impressive collection if it wasn't so disturbing. Hunting memorabilia. It would be... These animals. They're all... They're not... I don't recognize any of them. The open window looks over the wooden planks outside. Oh, and on one side, a part of the curtain has been ripped off.
Yeah, didn't we find that already? Have we been everywhere yet? Protest? I don't remember there being a protest. We're missing a clue. We're missing two things here at the crime scene. We got the head on down.
Something happened here. There are signs of a struggle between the desk and the window. Something happened. There are signs.
Was that the clue we were missing? No.
These animals. I don't... This is the creepiest office I've ever been in. It's a sharp metal poker for a fireplace, hidden in the shadows. Something about those three prongs. I feel like I just stumbled across an incredibly important piece of evidence.
Ooh, at the murder weapon, huh? There's a small amount of dried blood on the tips of the prongs.
Have I uncovered a secret in here? Let's
try this. Historical photo is historical evidence that Richard Remington belonged to a secret society.
The hunting photo is historical evidence that Richard Remington belonged to a secret society. I'm getting a strong feeling that Remington might be the bad guy in this story. If he wasn't already dead, I would have loved to ask him a couple of questions. I should ask around, see if I can gather any information about his motives for being here.
Chapter 3, Richard Remington's Real Reasons. Get the chills. This game's kind of spooky. We still didn't get that clue.
Something happened. There's... Remington's desk is covered in... It's all about an ink bottle spilled onto... Yeesh. Perhaps there's some... It's a letter Remington was writing. Before, my dear Iris, but I've only... I feel like... Oh, dude. It's a letter Remington... Before, There's a map. It's been annotated.
Oh, we didn't look at the map?
There's a map of the swamp. It's been... It's the Richard.
Okay, so we can't look at anything underneath
the letter is signed, and it's some kind of... The whole thing is... Vincent Vanderpeer's business card. There's a couple of numbers.
How do we get those numbers?
This is the creepiest office.
I think we've clicked on everything.
Something happened. There's... This is the creepiest...
Okay, so we're not done in there.
I don't know what's in that jar, and I'm gonna stop looking at it. The open window looked... Oh, and on...
I feel like we're about to get murdered. Let's go ask around.
So, this is where they found Remington's body.
Definitely. He was killed with that poker. It definitely wasn't that guy. We're talking to this guy.
You've arrived at a bad time, my friend. For once, they don't actually want tourists walking around this place.
I always arrive at a bad time. It's what I do. I'm a detective, not a tourist.
My apologies. It's just, you
That's
have
right,
the
buddy.
same wide-eyed expression as the kids that come here. Running around, spending their parents' money, you know.
Well, you know, it's not every day I visit a swamp full of such unique specimens.
That's a good way of putting it.
It's no problem. You're just thinking what we all thought when we arrived for the first time.
Why didn't they put in a bathroom?
No, you're thinking, this place is beautiful. What a lucky man I am to be here.
I am
Yeah.
I? Well, if you say so.
Edward Everstone, at your service.
That's a pretty cool name. Can I call you Ed?
You don't need to. Everyone just calls me Echo.
It gives you a purpose. Because you're a swimmer.
Why? Because you'd bounce if I threw you against a wall?
What? No. Because I always come back. Again and again, until my job is done.
What is your...
You're protesting, right?
I certainly am. And now that you're here, I'm getting you involved.
What does that mean?
I want to be
Yeah,
involved.
I haven't got time to hold up signs for you. I'm sorry.
You simply have to hear my message and take it with you.
Go ahead. I'm all ears. Plus, I have a little notebook.
What was the first thing you felt when you saw the sign for Boggy's Bog looming over you?
Well, I thought it
Not
was...
thought, felt.
I felt... Well, something seemed wrong. There wouldn't be a tourist attraction in the middle of a swamp like this. There shouldn't be.
My job is done. Clearly your brain is working perfectly, Detective.
So you're against the tourist attraction?
Yeah.
Let's see. You'd rather this area was kept as a natural habitat, right?
Right again. And that precise word, habitat. First and foremost, I'm protesting for animal rights.
Well, okay, I'm following you, but it's not like they're cutting down trees or anything like that, right?
All animals deserve the right to live in peace, and I promise you, on a normal day, this place is far from peaceful.
Are you talking about the swamp creature? About Boggy?
A creature like that. He's earned the right to be left alone. We're fools to invite ourselves into his home like this on a daily basis, assuming he's not going to mind. Assuming he'll keep to himself and let us walk around with his face on our t-shirts.
Well, I agree. I think he should be left alone. But like you said, he can probably handle himself. And if no one has even seen him in 60 years, I don't really see the problem.
Unlike you, Detective, I never had an academic calling in life. I was never even a talented artist or musician or anything. So instead, I made the decision to stand up for those who were getting a raw deal.
Where were you
You
last
come
night?
here every day.
Yes, I do.
Well, I'm only going to ask you about one of those days. What were you doing yesterday evening?
I was here at my protest spot until fairly late. Then I went to get something to eat at Harper's Cafe before I...
Wait, you ate at the cafe here? Doesn't supporting the tourist attraction like that kind of go against your protest?
A little bit.
A man has to eat, doesn't he? I don't think the meager contributions of one person are going to keep this place afloat. Especially now.
And you're sleeping here? Doesn't it get cold at night?
Well, I came prepared, of course. I usually find myself with 1 or 2 extra layers to wear. Most of this bulk is padding, I promise you.
I'm sure it is. So you stayed here the whole night?
That's right. And I admit I may have heard some stranger than usual sounds floating around the swamp last night.
What kind of sounds?
It's impossible to say. This place fills with the most terrifying sounds at night. Hundreds of animals, some tiny, some much larger, awaken and make their own protests. Every night until the sun rises in the morning.
Insects make noises at night. Okay, I've written it down. What can you tell me about these designs for a costume? A boggy
It's
costume.
Boggy! I must admit, I've been a fan of his before I ever came to the swamp.
A fan? So you're interested in cryptozoology?
Oh, no, I meant,
Zoology.
well, Boggy has been in all kinds of cartoons and comic strips. He's one of the greatest characters of the last 100 years. I've got some comics in my tent. You really should see.
But he was only discovered 60 years ago.
Oh, that's true. Well, I rounded up.
But what about his costume? Have you seen anyone wearing it?
I can honestly say I've never
Now,
seen
was that a
anyone
mistake?
wearing anything
Did he
like
round it
that.
up?
And I'm a very observant person.
So what did Mr. Remington think of you? I mean, protesting in the middle of a swamp every day.
It wasn't his swamp. If he ever truly thought it was, then he was even more of a fool than he seemed.
But he didn't like you hanging around, right?
That man was exceptionally skilled at ignoring me. Ignoring anything he didn't like.
So, what, he just left you alone?
He expected me to get bored and go home. He figured I'd get sick of this place and he'd have it back to himself.
But he didn't want it to himself, did he? He wanted lots of people to come visit all the time, surely.
I'm sure it says that in the brochure. Yes. I'm afraid I have no idea.
Alright, let's go through it all.
Show it to somebody else. No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea.
Nothing?
Show it to somebody else.
Showing it to you, buddy.
No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea.
Get nothing on the bog dog, huh?
Show it to somebody else.
I'm going to. I'm showing it to you first.
No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else.
Alright, so one of these is gonna know
Why
something,
are you
right?
carrying that around with you?
I have a suspicion it may have been the murder weapon.
Really? I thought Remington was attacked by something with claws, wasn't he?
What?
You're not a bad detective.
Well, I found the photo in Remington's office. It was ripped up, though. I think he was some kind
He
of...
was a lot of things. Don't lose that picture. And show it to Mr. Harper before you leave.
Interesting.
This is the journal, correct? The one that man left here 60 years ago?
You seem a little unsure of the details. Shouldn't you have read up on all this stuff?
Forgive me. It's hard for me to get the image of Boggy as the lovable cartoon character out of my mind. He's just so iconic. Did you know, in 1973, he...
But you're protesting to protect the real swamp creature. The cartoon character is just some commercial byproduct, right?
Yes, of course.
Something ain't right with this dude either.
No thanks, my friend.
Alright, let's go through the rest
I'm
of
afraid
these.
I have no idea. Show it to some... No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no... You're asking the wrong person.
Am I?
A man who has sacrificed luxuries to protect those who need protecting. Pretty good beard, too.
Yeah, I like a beard.
He seems like a good person. He even sympathizes with my cause.
He agrees with your protest? But he works here, right? And he was friends with Remington.
I think that was the only reason he worked here. Maybe he'll see the light now and leave the swamp behind him. Maybe everyone will.
So he could have done it.
You're wasting your time with that one. I have nothing to say about them.
Bobby Blue. Bobby Brown.
You're asking the wrong person. The murder victim.
Since last night, yeah. But he was the owner of Boggy's Bog. Did you know him?
Not personally. To be honest, I'm quite glad about it.
Now, how did you know about that picture?
Boggy is my prime suspect, you know. The creature you're trying to protect.
Protect is the wrong word. If your suspicions were correct, we could both agree he's a creature that doesn't need protecting.
You think he might be the murderer?
I think he's a wild animal, and he wants to be left alone at any cost. Ah yes, Agent Folder. A good man.
You know him?
We get on rather well, and we shared a number of views on the way things were run around here.
Alright, we still got that. What will these bars be? Alright, where are we going to go next? Anything up there? These guys.
I found these designs for a costume. A Boggy costume.
Aha, the legendary swamp creature.
Yeah, that's the one.
But these are just a child's drawings, are they not?
You think?
Perhaps. It's difficult to tell.
Okay.
You saw Remington last night, but had you met him before? Did you know him?
I've never really spoken with him, but we've come into contact a few times. Vincent likes to handle that kind of work, and I like to let him.
What do you think of this place? The tourist attraction, I mean.
I can't say I like the idea of a natural area like this becoming commercialized.
I know! I just can't understand why anyone would even try.
I think Mr. Remington had his reasons. He looked like a man with a couple of secrets.
Like what?
I have no idea. If I knew, they wouldn't be secrets.
Aha! Wow, we got a lot.
Yes, that's my photograph, taken near the woods at the north end of Boggy's Bog. Have you tried looking there? That's great. I'm sorry I have not seen that before.
Alright, let's go through all these things.
What is it? Some evidence from last night's murder? That's great.
That's swell.
I'm sorry I have not seen that. What is it? Some evidence?
Alright, we can double click that.
That's the food I saw Mr. Remington eating at the cafe last night.
Before he got ill and rushed back to his office?
That's right.
This is going down in my notebook. It might be important.
That. I'm sorry I have not seen.
Oh, we already finished our challenge.
What is it? Some evidence from
So he doesn't know anything about that picture.
I'm sorry I have not.
Alright.
What is it? Some.
Evidence from last night. I think we got
I'm sorry, I
everything
have
with this
not.
guy.
What is it? Some
Where do you have some of that?
Try showing it to somebody different. I really don't have an opinion. You should ask someone else.
I'm asking you, though, motherfucker.
Try showing it to somebody.
Alright.
This area is kind of empty. Rocks sitting in the water. If that was a natural occurrence, it's a very convenient one. What can you tell me about these designs for a boggy costume?
Nothing whatsoever.
Nothing?
You're sure you didn't see anything like this while you were filming yesterday? Wait, hold on a minute. What if you...
Don't you dare ask.
This costume isn't your doing, is it? Made for your movie, I mean?
My friend, there will be no costumed idiots within the viewfinder of my camera. I can assure you that.
What about your boggy movie? Isn't that gonna be, like, a guy in a costume, or a puppet, or one of those weird robot things?
Technology has been kind to people like me. We no longer have any need for such tomfoolery. I can create a perfectly believable swamp creature within the confines of a computer. Much cheaper, too.
I suppose you've met with our murder victim, Richard Remington.
Yes, I've been in and out of this place for a while now. Naturally, I've crossed paths with Remington a number of times. Good value, that one. A real raconteur, you know.
You liked him? So far, I'm getting the impression he wasn't the most popular guy around here.
Yeah, I wouldn't really
Well,
care for it.
that much is clear, isn't it? The man obviously slipped up somewhere, made an enemy or two, and bam, that's that. You just can't be too careful, can you?
You can't.
Yeah, I think he did have an enemy or two. Or three. But you liked him.
I respected him. Good head on his shoulders. Good business sense, that man. He understood how to make things work for him.
Alright, we got any clues we haven't showed this guy? Everything with the flippers. Alright, let's get to work.
I don't really have... You won't be getting... If you want to not...
I don't want an autograph.
I don't really have time. You won't be getting... If you want an autograph,
I don't want you to sign my slime juice.
I don't really have time. He's a talented man, that Burl. Sometimes I wonder if he'd be better off pursuing his photography full-time, you know. You won't be getting very far.
Charge someone less important. What?
If you want an autograph, I don't really... You won't be getting...
Alright.
If you want an autograph, I don't really have... You won't be getting... If you want an...
I don't want an autograph.
I don't really... You won't be getting...
Alright, just got carried away.
You want me to sign a photograph? I'm a busy... I simply don't have time.
Don't have time to help me.
You want me to sign... I'm a busy...
Alright, well that's everything there. Okay, so he's off the hook. For now. Okay, Harper's at the cafe, I think. So let's just go right to Harper.
You said you knew Remington?
He and I knew each other for a long time. I came to work at his tourist attraction in the early days, when he needed help.
Well, what kept you here?
I know most people wouldn't want to work in a place like this. I actually like it here, so I was happy to oblige.
You might like it, but I still don't see why anyone would build a tourist attraction here.
Mr. Remington has his reasons. He probably had several. I don't presume to know what they all were, even though we were friends. He had some secrets, some hobbies, that I was happy to let him keep secret.
Secrets? Hobbies? A secret hobby?
He was a man with a dream, I can tell you that much. Why don't you show that? That's Mr. Remington's old hunting rifle. He usually keeps it around. For whatever reason. He was very fond of that thing. Looks like it was fired recently. That's the same fabric from Mr. Remington's curtains. It's Mr. Remington's fireplace poker. This slime on the handle. It's familiar for some reason.
I guess that's slime juice.
One of Mr. Remington's secrets. I never wanted to know the details, but these men travel the world, seeking mysterious animals to hunt. They consider myths and legends to be the ultimate prey.
Well, that's why he was here.
They don't know every... I can't help.
Everything that is everything.
You have a lot of suspects on that list.
Yeah, let's go. You can tell me.
It's here a lot. I think he's been putting less effort into his protests recently, which is a shame. I think it's an admirable cause.
Do you talk to him much?
Not really. Sometimes he likes to talk, just casual conversation. He asks how business is going and what everyone likes to eat, nothing of real importance.
Why does he want to know that stuff?
It was Mr. Remington's strange green powder isn't supposed to be there.
I was told Remington
shit.
left the cafe looking ill last night. Since you seem to be complete...
Did you say I feel like I'm talking to him? Alright, let's go back to the protest guy.
A man who has sacrificed pretty good.
What can you tell me about the...
Boggy. Oh, he's one of the great.
Okay, so we gotta go talk to other people about him. Okay. Okay, so we did that one, museum. Let's go talk to the guy in here. Agent.
I found these designs for a boggy costume.
Oh, some ridiculous new merchandise for tourists to waste their money on.
No, I believe the murderer was dressed like this last night when they attacked Remington.
If they were trying to scare him out of the swamp, they should have spent more time making an accurate design.
What do you mean?
Well, this design is some bizarre hybrid between the real creature and the cartoon character.
Yeah.
It simply hasn't been researched properly.
What's wrong with it?
Well, those flippers? Pure guesswork. Nothing but foolish imagination. Nobody knows what Boggy's feet look like. No footprint has ever been recorded.
So tell me, Special Agent Folder, how would you do a better job researching it if nothing has ever been recorded?
Oh, well, that's, I mean, it's all a matter of taking the time to... It's just that... But there's no way anyone would believe... Nothing but foolishness.
What can you tell me about the
Alright, so the
relationship with
protester
Richard
Echo
Remington?
is looking.
We didn't really have one, and
Guilty or
now we
guilty?
definitely don't have one. But look, all I can say is that he was a coward who enjoyed watering down history for his own benefit.
What does that mean?
It means there are some chapters of this swamp's history that he never wanted anyone to know about.
Did he like you sniffing around this museum all the time?
I don't think he knew, to be honest. And even if he did, there's nothing he could have done about it. He has no right to this building. He knows that. We both know that.
Why not? It was part of his tourist attraction, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Why'd the music just kill on that? Wow, we're gonna throw this stuff.
This is just a piece of junk they sell to tourists. It has no resemblance to the real creature. I've never seen that before.
And I never want to see it again.
I have no interest in. You're wasting your
I don't think I'm wasting my time.
I've never seen that before. I have no interest in. You're wasting your. So, you found it.
Here we go.
I wonder who else knows about it.
Did he say he lost something?
Well, this design is some bizarre hybrid between. I've never seen that before.
So we found the
I
entire
have no
costume.
interest in. This person is of no interest in.
What's wrong with Sally?
Oh, yes, I know him. He occasionally asks me about the history and biology of the swamp creature. I explained to him what the real Boggy looks like and how they changed his appearance for the cartoon character.
Why did he ask about that?
Because some people are naturally curious. You should give it a try sometime.
Nah.
If I cared about that. Next time, only show me something if it's important. Let's make that a rule.
Alright. He did lose something. It's in the swamp somewhere. We gotta find out where.
You again.
Talk to
Ready
the
with
creepy
some
girl,
cryptic
and we're gonna
advice,
call
no
it a
doubt?
night here, guys.
Don't let them take him.
Who? The murderer? That's my job. I gotta make sure that they...
No, the creature. Don't take him away.
Oh,
This
Boggy's
place
not
is
going
his
anywhere.
home.
Oh, Boggy. Hey, don't worry. I didn't really believe he could be, responsible for this mess.
You didn't?
Well, no.
Didn't believe this at all. I don't believe he could hurt anyone.
I don't believe he could ever hurt anyone.
So, he won't get in trouble? You won't have to leave?
Well, he's been out here for what, 60 years, hasn't he? And stayed out of trouble for that long. I have a feeling some detective isn't going to change all that in one day.
Well, in that case, he says, thank you.
Who is that little girl? Alright, y'all. Drop a like if you haven't already. Drop a sub if you're new. I'm out.